I'm Sheriff Principal Kate Dowdalls, and I'm the Sheriff Principal of South Strathclyde, Dumfries and Galloway. I was appointed to the role in 2023. Following a long career as a solicitor, counsel, senior counsel, and a law commissioner, I had not held judicial office before deciding to apply for the role of Sheriff Principal and ultimately being appointed. The purpose of this video is to assist and support potential applicants for the post of Sheriff in Dumfries, where there are 2 vacancies. I hope the video will give you some insight into the sheriffdom and into the sheriff's role, with some additional information specific to the post. The full competition information will, of course, soon be available on the JABS website, and I'd encourage you to have a close look at that information. My statutory responsibility as Sheriff Principal is to ensure the efficient disposal of business in the courts of the sheriffdom. In addition, my other responsibilities include my appellate role in the Sheriff Appeal Court and in setting statutory appeals, dealing with complaints, appointing sheriff officers, and managing the deployment of the sheriffs. In SSDG, we have 6 sheriff courts spread across a large and diverse geographical area, stretching from Lanarkshire through Ayrshire and into Dumfries and Galloway. There are 29 sheriffs, including summary sheriffs. Most of the sheriffs are resident sheriffs, which means they ordinarily sit in one of the courts in the jurisdiction. We also have a cohort of floating sheriffs who sit where they are needed. Every sheriff has a base court, and resident sheriffs may be called upon to travel to other courts in the sheriffdom from time to time if the need arises. The sheriffs in our sheriffdom have opportunities to meet regularly, sitting in courts in the sheriffdom, engaging in working groups, or during training events. Those include the annual Sheriffdom Conference, which we generally hold in November. I encourage informal and formal mentoring between the sheriffs, and there's always someone available, including me, should any sheriff wish to discuss a personal or professional problem. In Dumfries, you'll be one of 2 resident sheriffs responsible for all the court business, civil and criminal. The court sits every day, and you'll have to deal with all types of civil work, ranging across simple procedure cases, family actions, children's referrals, and other civil business of varying complexity. You will also be expected to deal with both summary and solemn criminal work. There's no such thing as a typical week or even a typical day. You could be expected to deal with a wide range of business in a single day, and often the workload will be heavy. There is, however, time built into the court programme for preparation and desk work. You'll be required to live within a 1-hour 15-minute journey of Dumfries. The Dumfries Sheriff Court staff are experienced and well trained. You'll find the Sheriff Clark and her team extremely helpful to you in your new role, and there's a wealth of experience in the court service and among your Shrieval colleagues, which will be invaluable to you, especially in the early days. In these posts, you will have the opportunity of working with committed court staff and supportive Shrieval colleagues, doing a wide range of interesting and stimulating work. As a new sheriff, you will not be without support. You'll receive induction and training from the Judicial Institute on appointment. You'll have the opportunity to sit in with experienced sheriffs in the sheriffdom to shadow them as they do their work in order to learn about the job. There is also support available from Judicial Office, the Judicial Institute, and the online resource of the Judicial Hub. Colleagues in South Strathclyde, Dumfries and Galloway are always willing to assist new sheriffs, and the Judicial Office runs a formal mentoring scheme which would enable you to access support from a more experienced sheriff if you wish. You will not be on your own as you navigate this new role. You will have to learn quickly, particularly in any areas of law that you're not currently familiar with. You will have noted that the advert seeks applications from individuals with either civil or criminal expertise, or of course both. You will have the opportunity to learn from your colleagues, whether they are already experienced sheriffs or your newly appointed colleague at Dumfries. The competition will launch in February 2026. We're hopeful that many of you will apply. This is a special opportunity for someone who seeks appointment to a role that's varied and interesting, based in a relatively rural location within a diverse sheriffdom. I wish you all the best in your application journey. Please look at the JABS website for the full information, the application form, and lots of other information on the application process. The email for JABS can be found easily on the website. Please email them if you have any specific questions. I know that you will find them very helpful. Thank you for listening, and good luck.